Hey there, I'm your guide from Edge 151, and today we're going to tackle a problem that every single business faces, that overwhelming maze of daily tasks. Our mission is simple, to cut through all that noise and find the one critical path, the foundation workflow, that can take your organization from total chaos to absolute clarity. Let's dive in.
So let's start with a big question. I want you to think about your own organization right now. Amidst that constant storm of tasks, meetings, emails, you know what I'm talking about. What's the one journey that really, truly defines your success? Just hold that thought, because by the end of this, we're going to have an answer for you.
You know, when you boil everything down, the fundamental goal for any of us is, well, it's beautifully simple. You start with a stranger who needs something, and you end with a passionate advocate who absolutely loves what you do. That's it. That's the whole game. I mean, on paper, that looks so easy, doesn't it? Just a nice straight line from A to B, from someone who's never heard of you to someone who can't stop talking about you. But we all know it's never really that simple. So what gets in the way? Yeah, reality, the daily grind, the 101 different things that are all screaming for our attention, pulling us in every direction at once. And this is exactly where that nice, clean, simple path starts to look a whole lot more like a tangled mess.
All of a sudden, this fog of activity just rolls in. Expense reports, HR issues, IT tickets, supplier contracts. Look, all of these things are necessary, of course they are, but they aren't the main thing. They're the operational noise that can completely hide that clear, critical path from stranger to advocate.
And this just nails it, right? That simple A to B journey, it's still there. It's just buried under the sheer weight of everything else we have to do. That straight line has become a maze. And honestly, most of the time, we're just trying to navigate it blind.
So here's the multi-million-dollar question. What are we supposed to do about it? How do we find our way through this maze? How do we find that critical path again and put it right back in the center of our world, where it belongs?
Well, the answer starts with a single word: workflow. Now, I know, that can sound a little corporate and jargony, but don't let the word fool you. Just think of a workflow as a recipe. It's just the set of steps you follow to get something specific done. Simple as that.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. Every organization has dozens, maybe even hundreds, of these little recipes running all the time. But, and this is the key takeaway, they are not all created equal, not even close. In fact, hidden in all that noise, there is one workflow that matters more than all the others combined.
And we call it the foundation workflow. This is the critical path we've been looking for. This is the map that guides you straight from stranger to advocate, cutting right through all that complexity.
So what does that actually mean? Well, your foundation workflow is simply the essential chain of events that directly creates value for your customer. It's not the side quests, it's the main storyline. It's the primary value-delivering reason your organization even exists. And this core journey usually breaks down into four main phases. First, you acquire the customer. Simple enough. Then you deliver your product or service. This is where you work your magic. Next, you administrate all the practical stuff, invoicing, payments, and finally, the really crucial part, after service. This is where you turn happy customers into those passionate advocates. Okay, so we've found the path. We've given it a name. But, so what? Why is this so incredibly important? Why should you spend even a minute mapping this out? What's the real, tangible payoff? The payoff is huge, and it works like a set of dominoes. Once you have that crystal clear path, you can make effective change, because you know exactly where to focus. That focus naturally leads to improved efficiency. And when things are running smoothly and people feel their work has purpose, you get a way better employee experience. And the final, biggest domino, happy, empowered employees create a great customer experience. It's all connected.
All right, enough with the theory. Let's make this real. How can you start charting the map for your own organization? How do you bring this whole concept to life?
And what's so cool about this is that the framework is universal. It works for anyone. Take a hospital. Their acquire phase, that's getting a referral and admitting a patient. And deliver, that's their core mission, taking someone from ill to well. Whether you're a school, a college, or a typical business, this four-step journey is the universal backbone of how you create value.
So, where do you actually start? How do you begin this whole mapping process for your own team without getting totally overwhelmed? Let's go over a few practical first steps.
Okay, just a few key things to remember. First,
You've got to think bigger than your own desk or your own team. And this is the most important one. Do not aim for perfection. Just get a first draft down on paper, even if it's messy. A messy start is way better than no start at all. This whole thing can take time, so be patient. The goal here is progress, not perfection.
So there we have it. We started in that confusing fog of daily business, and we found our way to the clarity of a single critical path. You now have the concept of the foundation workflow, and that's the powerful tool you need to start bringing some real order to the chaos.
And I'll leave you with one final question to think about. Right now, on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being completely lost in the fog and 5 being crystal clear, how well defined is your organization's critical path? Whatever number you land on, that's your starting point. Thanks for joining me.